Hello guys, welcome back to Icondemic. Today we are going to install Composer in our Windows 11 computer. Guys, to download and install Composer, let's go to Google Chrome and type Composer. Click enter. Now to download this application, you can see here what it says that Composer is an application level dependency management for PHP programming language that provides a standard format for managing dependencies of PHP softwares and required libraries. It was developed by Neil Adaman and Jadad Dis. Okay, so to proceed, we are going to click on Composer. Click on this, and because I'm using Windows computer, I want to use the download installer. Click on download. Now, from here, you can copy this and paste in your command line, but what I want to do is, using Windows, I want to download the executive file. So that is the execute file. It's downloading. Download is finished. So I will open the file. Open the file. Okay, this is our Composer setup file. Okay, guys. Now, the second step we have to do is to install this Composer file by double clicking. Now install all users recommended. Take yes. Click on yes. Okay. Now from this window, installation option, click on next. Now this will be the location of our Composer file. So we are going to install this in xampp/php.execute file. So where do we find that? This is it. If you go to your C drive, okay, and we go to XAMPP, now it said it should be in XAMPP. So we are in XAMPP. This is PHP, sir, right? Okay, if you open this PHP, now this is where Composer file will sit. Okay, it will sit in the php/php directory. So it will sit here. So let's come here and we take next. Okay, that is done. Okay, so take next. Now we are going to start our installation, and this will be installing PHP version 8.2.4, right? Okay, click to install. Okay, installation is almost done. We take next. Now we finish our installation. Now we've installed our Composer in our PHP. We have installed PHP 8.2.4 in our system. Now, how do we test if our Composer has been installed properly? Close this window, minimize this if you want close, go to our command line, search for PowerShell. Okay, now in our PowerShell, just type, okay, in our PowerShell, just type from here Composer dash hyphen version, okay, and click enter. Now you find here it shows Composer version is 2.5.5, and this is the latest update. So guys, this means Composer has been installed in our computer. Now I want to show you something else. Now Compose, like we said, what is the use of this Composer? Composer is used as a dependency manager for PHP applications, which means in PHP applications, most of the times we are using a lot of libraries. We are using other people's code to incorporate in our code. So if you were to import these codes in a different way, you have a lot of files in your computer that may not be very the performance for your program will not be very good at managing the various versions of the various applications. So therefore, we are using Composer to help us manage all those dependencies. Now, I will just try to show you an example. Let's create a new application and you will see how we are supposed, or we are going to implement Composer in our programming activities. Okay, I will close this. I will close all other windows and we start from scratch. Okay, so let's assume that you are going to start a program, and in your program you are going to use dependencies. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you will open to your root folder for your application, which in my case is drive C. You go to xampp, okay, and you go to htdocs. Now this is the location where my applications will be stored. Okay, so now what we can do here is, let me just show you a trick. Just click here, okay, type mcd and enter. Sorry, mcd and enter. So our command line is going to open at this point. Okay, now I want to create a folder where our application will sit. Let me create a folder icon demi. Okay, after this, sorry, you write make directory. This is the command to make a directory. And what will be the directory name? Icon demi. Okay, click enter. Now the directory has been created. Now we want to go into our directory. Now let me show you. If you minimize this, if you check here, you will find this is the folder created, right? Okay, now we go back to our command line. We want to enter this folder because now we want to get into our folder. So you will type cd and you type the name of your application, which is that. And what do you see? You see that now we are in our icon demi folder, which is the root of our application. Now we have to create the Composer JSON file in the root of our application. How do you do that? Now you type Composer init. So you initialize Composer, and it will take you through a series of steps on how you install your program, right? Okay, let's proceed. Now, from Composer init, you type enter and you wait. It's going to initialize. Now it is initialized, but then it is asking us. This command will guide you through creating your Composer JSON file. But look at something. We have not set our vendor name and our vendor name for our application. So, however, it is suggesting this, but I will just proceed. I will just take. Okay. Now the description, we are describing our application. To describe our application, we go back to let's just say this is a demo Composer file. Okay, you press enter. Now what is the author? Who is the author? Okay, now for the author, let's just say icon demi. Okay, now press enter. Now minimum stability. When we talk of minimum stability, we mean the level at which your application is. Is it at development? Is it at stable? Is it whatever? So now I'm going to take dev, which stands for develop. Now they are asking us the package type. What will be the package type? This package, I want it to be a library. So I'll make library. Okay, and we press enter. License, I will take MIT license. Next, now defining dependencies. This is where Composer comes to play. Okay, the dependencies will be those packages that your program depends on. Okay, I will just skip this step now. Now we go next. Now look at what it's asking us. It's asking us that they will create a path. Okay, a src path. Okay, let's just say yes, enter. Now this is what our Composer has produced. If you are fine with this, okay, you press enter. Now it will generate our Composer file. Now our Composer file has been generated. Now let's go down and let's open our from here. Okay, let's open our application in Visual Studio Code. Now, from here we can navigate to Visual Studio Code just by clicking. Okay, I have Visual Studio Code installed already. So if you come here and you type code code space dot and enter. Now it will open Visual Studio Code for this program that we are running. So just wait. This is the first time we are opening, so that's why it's taking a little bit of time. Now you see, this is our application. Yes, trust. This is our application. This is a root folder of our application. And this is a composer.json file that we created. Okay, so this we have here will be the namespace for our application for any class that falls within the src folder, and this is the src folder. Nothing is inside. Okay, nothing is inside as of now. Now let's test our program to see if it is running or no. Now let's come here and we create public file. You can create index file, no issue. Let's create an index file on there on this line. We have it as index.php. Okay, enter. Now to create a PHP file, we always begin with the PHP syntax, which is like this, and we close with this. But this will be a complete PHP page. You can remove this one, otherwise you may have some errors. Now save. Now I want to echo. Hello world. Okay. Now, good. So look at our root folder. We have our index in our root folder and we have our composer in our root folder. Now, you may ask, what is this? What this vendor stands for? This vendor stands for all the packages that our composer will require. All the packages that our program will require will be installed in this vendor package. And this composer.json is sensitive enough to understand that all the applications that are required in this application, they will enter here, and composer will come here and identify all the packages and will import them from the vendor file folder. Right? Okay, let's run this file to see if it works. Let's click here. Okay, now to run PHP from run PHP from here, we simply write PHP hyphen capital S, okay, localhost colon 8000. Okay, now let me first and foremost try to run my. Okay, let me put enter here, and then we click on this control and we click. It will open to our local host.this. Okay, so this is our PHP file. Now let's change this to see if really it is working. So let's echo something else. Echo, yes, this is index page. Okay, Control S to save and go to our browser and refresh. So you see, now let's put a bracket here, or let's put a dot. PHP and offline and offline. Okay, now let's refresh again. Okay, no issue. Let's put here bracket. Control S to save and refresh. So you see this line is showing hello world, and yes, we are in the index page. So which means we are in this page. Now, how do we know if our composer is working? To know if our composer is working, we need to come here. Okay, we can now come here and say require once. Okay, require once. Now, look at where we are here. So we just go straight to vendor slash autoload.php.com. Okay, now we are here. Okay, now to run this, let me come here and say composer dump autoload. Give it some time. Okay, so it has recognized this. Come here, just refresh this. Nothing changed. Okay, that is to say everything is fine. Now, I want to show you something. Let's come here and add a class. Let's say here we add a class. Let's say app. Okay, app.php. Now, this will be a class. It will open with our PHP syntax, and this class, what is the name? App. Our class name should also be app. Capital letter. Okay. Capital letter. Now let's say echo I am app page. Okay. As simple as that. Sorry. Take a function. Say public function. Okay. Let's say we make it construct. Okay. Then let's say and paste it. I am app page. Now, this is what I want you to see if this is working. Now, let's come here and initialize our app page by saying app equals to new app. Okay, app equals to new app. Now, I will show you something. Let's run this like this. You show an error, right? Good. It shows an error that class not found. Okay. Now, let me remove all of this. Or just comment it so we can focus on the app class. They said app not found. Now, what if I come here and I include my namespace for this class? Now, namespace for this class will be, if you're using a Visual Studio Code, right click, come here, generate namespace for this file. You click here. Now, no, this namespace is not correct. It's not correct. Let's go back to our composer file, remove this slash, okay, then come back here and repeat the process composer dump autoload. Now, I want to show you something since we are here. Look at this PSR4. If you go inside the vendor and inside the composer, you see the namespace. If you click on namespace, you find that the directory, vendor directory will be this vendor directory, and the base directory will be whichever base ever folder the directory is based on. And now it is returning this array is the namespace is returning as empty. Now, because as of now our namespace is empty, we have not entered any other namespace, right? Okay, let's go to PSRS4. You see, this is the namespace for using PSR4. This is the namespace we have in our composer, this namespace, right? Okay, so it will auto generate each time we request this namespace. It will replace the folder inside sroc. It will replace it by this. So this is what I'm saying. Let's save here. Now come here, and since we already run our autoload, generate. It gives you, what does it give you? It gives you really backslash icondemic, right? Okay, now save this, go back to our index page. Okay, go to our index page. Now you see that this one is underlined because it cannot no longer read this namespace until we are going to import the namespace by import class. Now you see what happens here. This one is clear. Okay, now save this, save this. Now, before we had an error here, class not found. Okay, now let's refresh. We are, if it is all correct, we are supposed to see echo I am app page, right? Okay, I refresh. Now I am app page. So this is to show you that our composer is working and our classes also are working. Okay, guys, please subscribe to this channel. I hope to show you more and more tutorials. But guys, please like and share the video so that it will motivate me to make more videos for you guys. Thank you.